the death toll cited in earlier reports. The new figure would make the assault in which civilians were shot dead as they dug trenches to defend the remote town of Basalugo, one of the deadliest single attacks in Africa in recent decades. Militants from Jamaat Nusra al-Islam wal Muslimi, an al-Qaeda-affiliated base in Mali and active in Burkina Faso, opened fire as they swept into the outskirts of Basalugo on motorcycles and shot down villagers who laid helpless in freshly upturned dirt of the trench, according to several videos of the August 24 attack posted by pro-JNMI accounts on social media. And now, French President Emmanuel Macron on Friday championed what he described as the shared values of the French-speaking world in dealing with conflicts across the globe. President Macron touched upon the wars in Ukraine and Gaza as he addressed delegations from dozens of states and governments. He called for Ukraine's sovereignty to be protected and for a two-state solution to the Israel-Gaza war. He also stressed the importance of protecting civilians in the French-speaking world and beyond. Earlier on Friday, President Macron kicked off the 19th Francophone Summit at the Chateau des Villas, around 80 kilometers northeast of Paris. The two-day summit will see dozens of heads of state and members of the International Francophone Organization meet to talk about the future of the French language as well as international crisis. And Rwanda is witnessing an outbreak of the deadly Marburg virus and has recently reported 11 fatalities. Marburg virus is a fatal hemorrhagic fever that has hit the country, with almost 36 people testing positive. The virus was first detected in late September as per reports from the Health Ministry. This virus is not new, however. This is the first time in Rwanda, in East Central Africa, has reported cases and fatalities. Officials also reported concerns regarding the virus spreading to Germany, but a medical student reportedly fell ill after coming in contact with an infected patient in Rwanda. Both have confirmed testing negative, according to sources. And now to coverage of the rising tensions in the Middle East. Israel says it is continuing its ground operation in southern Lebanon with raids on terrorist infrastructure taking place above and below ground. There is more in this report.
The IDF says it has destroyed Hezbollah weapons caches which were embedded in mountainous, thicketed and densely built-up areas, as well as being rigged with explosives. It also says it has dismantled tunnel shaft used by Hezbollah terrorists in underground combat near the border. Meanwhile, more than 200,000 people have fled Lebanon into neighboring Syria. An update from UN High Commissioner for Refugees, Filippo Grandi, says this number includes both Lebanese citizens and Syrians who are living in Lebanon. Figures from the Lebanese government put the total higher at 300,000. Yesterday, an Israeli airstrike hit near the main border crossing point between the two countries, effectively cutting off vehicle access. Israel's military claimed it hit Hezbollah targets near the Masna crossing, and earlier claimed the group was using it to smuggle weapons into Lebanon. People continued to make the journey across the border on foot, with pictures showing families clambering over rubble to leave the country. At least 4 hospitals closed yesterday in southern Lebanon because of Israeli airstrikes, officials at the hospitals say, severely limiting health cover for the remaining population there. At the Medallion Government Hospital, a core team of 20 doctors and nurses had held on for days after the rest of its 120 staff stopped coming to work because of the strikes, officials said. But the hospital eventually closed on Friday following a direct hit. At least 37 healthcare facilities have closed over the past 2 weeks since Israel began its air bombardment of Lebanon, according to the World Health Organization. In a statement on Friday night, the Israeli army accused Hezbollah of using medical vehicles to transport fighters and weapons. In a separate statement, it said it had made many efforts to prevent damage to non-involved people in civilian infrastructure, and this is in contrast to the systemic use of the terrorist organization Hezbollah.
I will take a break now. When the World Now returns, we'll bring you more analysis of the situation in the Middle East and other stories. Stay with us.